Hi everyone, this is Ms. Kim from Websavvycafe, and today I'm going to show you how to make the grilled cheese that I grew up on, basically in result to a friend of mine named Gigi. You can check out her channel at Gigi's Gluten Free Lab, and we both own this skillet. It's a copper skillet. We're crazy about it. I've had mine for 4 years, and you really don't see any damage on it whatsoever. And the back just has a little bit of wear and tear. But I'm going to purchase another one, and I thought you might like to see how it cooks, how you use it. And then I'm going to buy the lid for it as well that didn't come with this when I purchased it. So let's get down to business. This is for you, Gigi. I like Italian bread for my grilled cheese sandwiches. So it really doesn't matter which brand you use. I just have this one today. And I start off with 2 slices. And then I make sure that I know which side is for which part, and I turn it like this. And so that's the way I'll be putting the cheese on it, and the parts that I'm going to toast will be on the bottom. So we got that straight. Of course, there's no one way to make grilled cheese, but this is the way I grew up. So I'm going to cut on the skillet. And it doesn't take long to get warm enough to do this. I'm going to have it on a medium to medium high. And then I'll get my cheese together. Today, I'm going to try Munster cheese. Any brand will do. So I have 1 slice left. I wanted to use sharp cheddar, but I'm all out. So we're going to use 1 slice of Munster. And whatever else I have left, which is American. So this is the white American, not the yellow. And so I'll use 1, maybe a half slice of that, since that Munster slice was very large. Some people like more cheese, some less. To me, 2 slices where both slices cover the bread is perfect. So I'm not going to even use all of this. This is fine. It melts up so well that you won't even be able to tell where the line of demarcation is. And so now the skillet is hot enough. You can feel it. And so you can use your fingers if you're good with it. If not, I would use a spatula. So I got my trusty spatula. And I'm going to take about a tablespoon of butter. And I'm just going to put it in the middle, stir it around. And you want to stir it to at least the size of your bread. Get that going. Get this. And then what I do is I pull it along to get all of the butter. So there was butter over here, and I just pulled it along, and then I just slide it around because I want to get all of the butter on the bread. So you know we have to watch out with cholesterol, so we don't want to use too much butter. And I know some people that like it with butter on the inside as well. I don't like a greasy grilled cheese. So for the most part, that's together. And then I press mine down. And that's in an effort to soak up the rest. And I just want the bottom slice of bread to be nice and toasty brown. So I let that sit for a little bit, and sometimes you can tell without picking it up, and you really don't want to pick it up unless it's ready to turn, because if you pick it up for some reason, when you put it back down, it just doesn't have that nice brown toasty look to it. But if you look at the edges of the cheese, that can sort of give you an indication when it's ready to turn. Now, of course, if you like darker toast, then you let it sit longer. So we're going to let this sit for a little bit more. And while that's sitting, I'll just put my cheese up. Sometimes I'll do an old school thing, and I'll heat up a piece of bologna or ham or something, and then I'll put that in there as well while I'm grilling the cheese. Some people even put tomato on their grilled cheese. So now, I think it's ready to turn just by looking at the outside corners, and also looking at the butter that was here on the side and how that's already browned. And then, if you're not sure, you can just take it up and look, and that's perfect. Did you see that? So now I'm turning it over. So now, so you don't have to use the spatula and hold that at the same time that you turn it, sometimes I do that. But I can just turn it, and then I can do the same thing with the butter. Do it the same size as the bread, and then I'm going to roll it around to get all of that good buttery flavor. So the butter on the outside will be soaked up on the edges of the bread. And so, you know, some people, especially kids, they want you to cut the edges off. Well, they won't want you to cut this off because all of the butter is soaked into the edges as well. So you may as well get it all, because you're just going to have to wash the skillet out anyway. And now if you notice, you see how the skillet, you know, there's no burning, anything like that. And I'll tell you that the skillet cooks very evenly. So when I've had 2 or 3 grilled cheeses in here, they all come out at the same time. The browning marks are the same. And that's what you want out of a good skillet. You don't want to have cold areas, hot areas, and one area cooking faster than the other. Now I also let you know that the handle, it is not hot. Now that doesn't mean it won't get hot, but just for this short period of time, I don't feel any heat. There's probably a little here. Yep, just a little bit. So of course, to be careful while you're preparing any food with a skillet, you want to have on a mitt. But I'm used to this, and I know that the grilled cheese won't take long enough to heat the whole arm up or handle. And so now I think that's ready. Now when I take, and you can look at the cheese on the side and you can see that it's melting out. So you want to be careful when you have bread with holes in it. So now it's touching. And then even when cheese touches this skillet, it doesn't make a mess. So now when I take it out, cut the skillet off, I like to turn mine over because I want the heat to escape from the other side. Okay? So you see that got browner on that side because the skillet's been on longer. But I like it that way as well. So now we have, and we're going to let that, see that's brown, and then we're going to let that sit and let the heat escape from that side. So I enjoy using this skillet. I've used it to fry pork chops. I've used it to fry eggs. and it doesn't stick. The one thing I think that you want to be careful of is letting people wash your skillet, because when you wash a cast iron skillet or a skillet of this nature with soapy water, it tends to start sticking sooner than it should. So I've been able to keep this skillet from sticking. I had another one that sticks, and that's the reason that I'm going to purchase a new one just like this, because I was tired and I let somebody wash it for me. I just assumed that they knew how to take care of it, and they didn't, and then it started sticking. And you know, when you put eggs in a skillet, you want more of the egg out of the skillet than in. And so this is a good one as long as you take care of it very well. So now I got my grilled cheese, got my skillet. I'm going to put a link in the description underneath the video where you can get this skillet and where you can get the lid, because it's nothing that I hate worse than having the skillet and then, one moment, and then trying to find something that, if you're cooking, to put on top of it, you know, and it's just like, okay, and you got stuff falling all over the place. You want a skillet lid that fits. And with the set that I purchased, and I'll put the set in the description below as well, but with the set I purchased, it didn't have a lid for this one. It only had the round lids for the round skillets in the Dutch oven. So we're done with this. I always like cutting mine down the middle. When I have elongated bread, that's the way I cut it. And there you go. Grilled cheese. 2 different types of cheese. Okay, everybody. Tell me in the description below if you purchased this skillet or if you have it. What do you think about it? I adore it. It's the main skillet that I use. And tell me if you've ran into any problems with it. You can tell me if there are other ones that you prefer. If you've never tried this one, I'd like to know about the other ones as well. You know, maybe I can catch that as well and do a review on that one. But this one is really good, and I like the color of it. And if you purchase the sets are good prices now. And I like the red color striking with that sort of orange copper look to it. I really like it a lot. So thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up for me and make a comment. Let me know if you found use of it or not. And again, like I said before, let me know what you think. Thanks guys for coming by. Let me know if you'd like to see any other reviews. I review electronics. I use electronics all of the time. Electronics, computers, gadgets, things of that nature, even small appliances. We just purchased a Emerald Lagasse air fryer, and that's something that's on my list to review. I also have a George Foreman rotisserie, and I've used that for quite some time. Probably almost a decade now. I've never reviewed that, but it is a great little piece, and I'll put those items in the description as well so you can take a look at them. And as always, I appreciate if you decide you want to purchase something like that, then click on the link in the description. And I also have in the description, if you want to leave a token of your appreciation in the form of a Cash App, you can do that as well. I appreciate all gifts and donations. Have a nice day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.